Hey Warriors, Warrior Man, Inside for Lunch, and thinking of a bunch of different ways to interact with everybody with the new website, One Warrior Nation, and Twitter and Facebook and stuff. And one of the ideas I came up with was to do these mentoring minutes, where I just get on here for a minute or two or three. They give you something real quick for you to view and be inspired and influenced by. Look, I mean, motivation and inspiration from others happens most powerfully when you're right in front of it, when it's right in front of your face. You know, you're caught up in a book you're reading, you're inspired by it, it's influencing you to make different choices, to start doing different things in your life. Audio cassettes, those seminars that they have, the self-help seminars where they have all the speakers, and the energy is just incredible, and you can feel it in the air and all the different presentations and stuff. But not very long after you leave that stuff, the inspiration and stuff just tends to die out, and you need to, have it put back in front of your face again. And so what I thought I would do is get on here maybe a couple times a day, along with the other stuff that I'm going to schedule regularly, the Awesome Day thing, and what I want you to know, some other interaction that's going to happen through the forum that we'll let you know about. But I thought I'd just get on here for a minute and just go. Look, it's lunchtime. I'm in the house. I'm going to get some lunch, and I'm intense about my habits, and they're buried deeply inside of me because I've been persistent about practicing them. And a lot of people tend to think that I never had a problem or I never have any temptation for other stuff. I do, but I look at the choices I have before me, like when it comes to food, and I ask myself, what price am I going to pay? And when I do indulge or have indulged, I don't like the price that I pay. But many of you, because you write me, you correspond with me, you have made a habit out of making the wrong choices when it comes to food and eating habits. And you have gotten to a place where you believe it doesn't matter anymore. And that's what I want to call these mentoring minutes. I want to call it does matter. It does matter. It always matters all the time. But you're surrounded by other people who also have convinced themselves that it doesn't matter. I mean, you work in a place, you go with a group of people to a regular lunch spot, you all go in, probably in a lot of your casual conversation, most of you talk about how you don't like the way you feel all the time, that as you're getting older, you feel like you don't have the same energy that you used to have when you were younger. You don't like the way you fit in your clothes. Your closer friends, you talk to them about how things have maybe changed in your marriage, your intimacy with your spouse, and it's the summertime right now, and maybe this is the summer where you decided, you're not going to go to the pool anymore because you don't like the way you look in your bathing suit, and your joints are starting to hurt more, and certain foods affect you differently. It's because you've made that all a habit, a bad habit, and you can turn it around and you can develop good habits, but you're going to have to take small steps, and you got to start now. You have to start now with the choices that you make. And most generally, you are going to have to motivate yourself. That's just the way it is. That's why it's called self-motivation. Unless you've got some companion, or you can afford to have a self-motivator, a motivation coach beside you 24 hours a day to just keep you jacked up and inspired and energetic about making the right choices, you're going to have to do it yourself. You may not get it from the crowd of people that you hang with, the people that you consider your friends. So when you go out for lunch today and you go into the restaurant that you usually go, I mean, I remember back in the day, there was just no way to get any good food, period. I would go long periods of time without any food. If I couldn't get any good food, I would just eat tuna fish out of the can. I survived on about 6 cans of tuna fish a day. And that is extreme, but I had my goals. And when I talk about my goals, or when I pound my chest about how easy it is for me to do that, or I show you a couple cans of tuna, it's not me saying, hey, it should be easy for you. It's not. But these are habits that I've developed over years and years and years. And you can develop like habits. You don't have to get on the tuna fish kick, but you can develop like habits where you eat for health and fitness, to stay healthy and happy and energetic in your life. So when you're out with your friends today, you can start today. You can start right now. Go into the restaurant, refuse this is resistance. I mentioned resistance in the opening video for One Warrior Nation. This is a form of resistance. You going out with your friends, thinking in your mind that you really like to make a habit out of, or be strong enough to make a good choice instead of a good healthy choice instead of an unhealthy choice today when you sit down to eat lunch. Because you know when you make the unhealthy choices, you go back to the office, an hour after you get back there, you got to have coffee or you got to have Coke. That's your body telling you that this isn't good fuel for me. You know, if you want me to work efficiently and you want me to have energy and you want me to be on my game, you want me to be aware and wide open to what I'm doing in my attention, then you got to feed me good fuel. That's your body saying that. And so when you go there today, instead of like you do every other time, you get to the table and you look around and you see it on everybody else's face. It doesn't matter. Everybody else is saying the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. They don't like who they don't like the way they look. They don't like the way they feel. They want to change. You're going to have to become the motivator, first for yourself, and then later you can be that for other people, but concentrate on yourself. Close your eyes. Think about the choices. Look at the menu. Choose a salad. Like I was saying, when I was in the business, there wasn't any place to even get food like that. Today you can get that kind of good, healthy food every place. So there's no excuse anymore. Ask the waiter to have the cook, the kitchen, to take the croutons and the cheese and the junk stuff off of there. Somebody asked me the other day, what do you consider junk? Well, you can start with this. If its ingredients are in a language or the words are such that you can't understand them, you can't pronounce them, you can't read them, that's junk. And if it's got sugar in it, that's junk. Start there. And get the salad and make sure it's got protein on it, some chicken, some meat of some sort, turkey breast, not salami and bologna and all that stuff, not the crap food, not chicken fried steak. And get some low-fat dressing. I mean, you don't have to go cold turkey right at the beginning, but start making the right choices and start realizing, because you're hearing it from me, it does matter. It does matter. It matters to the world. You know, people, we hear all the stories on TV, we hear all the horror stories about everything going on, and people, you know, they think about how can it become a better world? How can I make a contribution to make it a better world? The best way you can make a contribution toward a better world is to be the best that you can be. Be the best that you can be. Concern yourself with that first. Get that straight. So, this video is up at Facebook. This is what I'm going to do. It's about the most I can do, unless some other idea comes up. You write me in response to this video. You make a comment and say, I made it matter. I made it matter. You write that, and I'll take the time to go through and I'll like every damn one of those. All right? And it can be like your log, a record keeping for you, that every day you made choices that mattered because you believed that it mattered, that you made the right choices. You do that, and we'll do this. This is more than a mentoring minute. This is almost 9 minutes now. Anyway, I'll get in the hang of this, and it'll be 1 or 2 minutes from here on out. It'll be about all kinds of things. All right? Have a super day. Make the right choices. It does matter.